Tried to keep him on the jab the whole time, keeping him away from me. And every time he was trying to get near me, I tried to keep him away from me. But in the first round, I remember throwing a jab and caught him my elbow on his arm or something somewhere. I don't know how it was. Ended up pulling my arm out of the ligament. And all of a sudden, got to the third round, I just knew it was desperate times because I didn't have...
So, Oliver, boxers don't feel pain in the ring.
Absolute rubbish. We're human beings. We're not robots, or we don't walk around with gigs and rams in our bodies. So we're human.
You can tell how good a boxer is by how fit they are.
Totally agree with that, because when you're in the best shape of your life and you know you've got a fight coming up, that way you know you're going to be confident, you feel like you're going to win, and it's the power that gives you the strength to get through right to the end, no matter what.
What about boxers like Butterbean and Tyson Fury, where they don't look the fittest, they still perform?
Yeah, I agree with that. There's some people who are exceptional to the rules, but I do find they're the sort of people quite upsetting, because realistically, if you don't look a certain way, you shouldn't be doing a certain thing.
Yeah, nice one. Most boxing matches end in knockout.
No, I disagree with that. Most good fights can be cliffhangers where people are on the edge of their seats, they're not knowing who's going to win or who's going to lose. So I don't agree with just boxing just being won by a knockout, because the best fights ever are always the cliffhangers where no one knows right up to the last moment.
All boxers come from rough upbringings.
Yes, I would probably do a 50-50 on that. I mean, I had a very, very violent, tough upbringing, but it didn't make me into the person I was the way I was treated as a kid. It just made me a better fighter. But as a person, I was completely separated from the violence and the tough upbringing that I came from.
Headshots hurt more than body shots.
Disagree with that, because I think body shots are the ones that really can easily take you down and bend you over and make you go down on your knee and pray to God that you can be able to get back up off the floor, because if you get hit with a body shot, then you know you've been hit. Example, Tommy the Hitman Hearns, he was one of the best body shots. The Detroit, I can't even think of what they used to call him now, Cobra, the Detroit Cobra. He would hit you so hard to the body that you get down on your knees and it looks like you had your hands praying to God to please help you back up on both your feet.
Tell them about your famous body shot.
Yeah, my famous body shot was when I boxed Jimmy Cable. I believe in the first round, I was because I'm a southpaw. Most boxers don't like southpaw, so I just tried to keep him on the jab the whole time, keeping him away from me. And every time he was trying to get near me, I tried to keep him away from me. But in the first round, I remember throwing a jab and caught him my elbow on his arm or something somewhere. I don't know how it was. Ended up pulling my arm out of the ligament, and all of a sudden, got to the third round, I just knew it was desperate times because I didn't have much left in the jab. So throwing a backhand bolo right through the middle, right to the solar plexus, hitting him, breaking 3 ribs, making him go down, and the referee looking down at him and giving him a count and saying, come up. And I remember him looking down at him and him shaking his head and saying no. And the crowd erupted and went crazy because it was one of these fights, because he was British and European champion, that was going to lead him on to a world title, and that was basically the end of his career. So that was my time.
If your opponent's bigger than you, they're stronger.
No, disagree. Because if someone's bigger than you, sometimes what happens is they got what's like Frank Bruno is a typical example of that. He looked muscular, he looked very strong, but the problem is you got to feed all them muscles with oxygen, and sometimes you can run out of oxygen by feeding all the blood around the body to them parts of your body. So someone who looks powerful and strong is not always the best fighter. The best fighters in the world, I do sometimes believe, are the lean and mean ones.
You say boxing is more about mental or physical?
I think there's a 50-50 balance on both, because the thing is you need to be physically fit but also mentally fit. So if you knew how to balance that yourself in how you could take yourself through it. So sometimes you could just like basically move around, keeping the fighter off balance, until you know where the weak targets are that you could get through. So you're using your mental ability, your physical ability, by faking and making shots, so you know you can get the shots through. And once you've got the fighter where you're faking and making, you know that he's going to drop his hands, so you're going to hit him over the top, or you're going to fake him to the body and then he's going to lift his arms up, you're going to hit him to the body. So you're using both your strategies to make sure that you know what you got. And the best fighters, that what was like with Tyson, I'm getting goosebumps down my legs talking about this, is the wise that bob from side to side, because look, you have so much opportunity, southpaw, orthodox, and then you can slip under. As long as you keep your head up, doesn't matter if you get hit on the top of the head, you can always throw one through the middle. And then once you throw that one through the middle, they ain't there anymore.
No. Boxers hate their opponents.
Disagree with that. I think if you come out with hate, it can also destroy you, because if you have hate in your mind, you haven't got a vision, you haven't got a game plan. All you got is hurt. And when you've got that in your mind, there is no vision to the way you're going to be going on the track to get to the end point.
You don't get nervous once you become a pro.
Absolute rubbish. I think every pro and every professional person, whether in sport, acting, whatever it is, if you don't get nervous, it ain't going to happen, because being nervous shows a lot of respect for what you're going to do, and having respect for what you do, you become the best at what you do by having that respect. So them sort of things brings good prospect to your outcome of who you are at the end of the day.